What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Springfield Popcorn Chicken today. Yes, we got some Springfield news. A beloved character is no more. Well, soon to be no more. And I'm very saddened by this. And so are my colleagues who are crying profusely. Cry, guys. Come on, pretend.
I'm not as good an actor as Millhouse is.
Do people actually like Millhouse?
Hey, you great. Watch your mouth there, buddy. It's Shelbyville for you, my friend.
Shelbyville rules. Springfield rules.
You get out of here. Suck on a lemon tree. What's up, Darth? How you doing? Everything's well on your side, hopefully.
I don't need lemons. I got turnip juice.
Oh, I can't even say it. I'm throwing up. Well, I'm here. I'm back. It's good to be back in the chair. You guys did an admirable job. I hope everybody that watched you guys appreciated it. Make sure you guys like their last week's video and like today's video and all the videos we do. We appreciate all of you that do. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button and hang out with us every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Most of the time, I think 90% of the time we do it at 7:30. There might be some traffic changes plans all the time.
Yeah,
so, technology, traffic,
yeah, technology. Oh yes, good old technology.
Yeah.
We got some crazy topics to talk about. Some good stuff, some sad stuff, and some fun stuff today on the show. But we'll start off with This Week in Hollywood. You guys ready?
No.
Yep. No. Wait, I gotta get into that.
Okay. Gotta get my Millhouse bifocals on.
Yeah.
My mom says I'm cool.
Hey, Bart. So that is our feature topic, and we'll talk about that later on. There's some other ones, some big ones that we got going, but let's do some birthdays in Hollywood. So let's start off with let's do an easy layup. Happy birthday to Goldie Hawn.
Oof.
Okay, let me ask you guys. We're relatively, well, me and Chris are. Sheldon, you're a bit younger than us. 25 years ago, did you have the thing for Goldie? Did you think she was good? Or even further, let's say 35 years from now. Or a year, 35 years ago.
She was definitely, in her prime. She was pretty hot. Her daughter, I like her daughter's hot, Kate. But
is it Kate Hudson? No, what's her name?
It is. That's right.
Yeah, Kate Hudson. That's her daughter.
Why did they change her last name?
I feel like Hollywood does that just so people don't make connections right away. You know?
Yeah.
But don't you want to make connections with your dad and your mom?
Nepotism, man.
Now, isn't also the new, what's his name, was Captain America, Kurt Russell's son? That's also because Kurt Russell and
it's Wyatt, isn't it?
Yeah, Wyatt. that's his that's their son as well, right? Goldie Hawn, and I don't know. They've been together for so long. That's definitely his son. I just wasn't sure if it's her son.
Yeah, and his last name is Russell, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Russell.
That's why that's why I'm like kind of perplexed why the daughter decided to change the name. Did she get married? Maybe.
It's like I think Sheldon's right. It's just celebrities. I don't know. They want to make a name for themselves without their parents.
Anyways, how old is Goldie?
70.
She's got I'd say 72.
Anybody in the chat, you can throw up some numbers. I see some people coming in now. Throw a number out there if you can. You got about 5 seconds.
So Wyatt Russell is the son of Kurt Russell and Goldie
Hawn. He looks like him.
But I don't think Kate Hudson is. I don't think Kurt Russell is Kate Hudson's dad. I think that's a different. I don't know. I think that's different because I think they're stepbrother and stepsister.
Goldie wasn't around. Goldie was around. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, remember he played his dad in Godzilla TV show.
Yeah.
Right. So, you both said. Oh, sorry. What did you guys say? The age?
70.
I said 72.
Oh, he did the prices right on you there, Sheldon. She is. Happy birthday to Goldie Hawn. She is 79.
Oh.
Yeah, one away from the big 80.
Damn. Around.
79. Yeah, I also have a place here in North Vancouver, I believe. Like
Makes sense. I feel like a lot of celebrities have places here in Van and
Hayden
the Okanagan.
North, right? So, yeah. All right, let's do another one here. Let's do happy birthday to Jamie Lee Curtis.
Whew. Another oldie, but a goodie.
I feel her short hair makes her look younger.
Yeah. She's got to be pushing 80 as well, I'd think. I'm going to say 77.
77? Are you doing the prices right on him, Sheldon?
Is she that old? Is she that old?
Okay,
Jamie
so
Lee,
she was
Jamie Lee Curtis, you said, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Figure when she did Halloween, that was like mid 70s. She was probably a teenager.
I'm going to say 72.
72 and 77. Lock it in. All right. She is 65.
Oh,
What?
shit.
Sorry.
I gave
Sorry,
you guys
Jamie.
a hint. She looks younger. There's a short hair.
Sorry.
All right. Happy birthday to Mark Ruffalo. I'll give you a hint. His hair does not make him look younger.
Wow.
Mark Ruffalo, who is known to be the Hulk, right?
The worst Hulk.
Yeah.
Yes. You're gonna have some angry emails coming at you, right? But
Bring
don't
it.
worry. Don't worry. I'll fight alongside with you.
Bring it.
The worst Hulk, but the best Bruce Banner. Is that what you're saying?
Oh,
I'm not saying that at
I
all.
can't argue that. I can't argue that.
I'm an Edward Norton fan. I liked his Hulk.
I
liked
agree
the
with
Banner.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
The CGI let him down in the story.
I don't
All
know.
right. How old is Mark Ruffalo?
47.
47. Sheldon, what say you?
52. 53.
53. 47 and 53. Mark Ruffalo is 56.
Ooh, that's close.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
inching there. When you said 53, I'm like, ooh, do another one. All right. We'll do a couple more here, and then we'll do events, if there's any events. Happy birthday to the beautiful Scarlett Johansson. How old is Scarlett Johansson?
47. That's what I said about Mark Ruffalo. They're all
42.
47.
40. Sorry, say it again. 47. Who said 47?
I did.
Okay. And then what'd you say, Sheldon?
42.
42. She is 39.
Really? Wow.
Really?
Damn.
Really?
Yes, she's 39. That is for the birthdays. We were done for birthdays here. Let's do some events. In 1976, yo, Adrian, Rocky debuts.
Great movie.
1976.
Great
Wow.
movie.
Yeah.
I feel old. Oh my god.
I feel young.
Won Best Picture that year.
Did it?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And he won something too, writing or directing or something. Probably the
It's
only
a
thing he's ever won.
philosophy. It's not just a movie, it's a philosophy.
Right.
In 1995, a little movie called The Toy Story debuts.
I remember.
I was
that.
95? Damn.
Yeah, 95. I remember going to theaters and watching this, and I'm like, oh my god, this is my life coming. Like, this is my childhood coming to life. Like, this
Totally.
is crazy. I was like, wow.
I was like, there's always not enough monkeys in the barrel.
That's so true.
I was like,
Oh, damn.
they
For me,
hit
it was
that on
like-
the nose.
I hated Mr. Potato Head, and I still do.
Yeah.
Do you know who voiced that? Do you remember?
Mr. Potato Head was
You don't have to know the name, but he played a character in a very popular TV show in the 80s.
I can picture him, but I can't remember his name.
Was it? No.
Okay, so the
Oh.
actor who did the voice was Norm from Cheers.
I was going to say it was one of the dudes from Cheers.
Yeah, Norm from Cheers.
Well, the other
Mailman.
No, Cliff. That
Sorry,
was
Cliff. Sorry, Cliff.
Yeah.
Norm is the
Yeah.
other guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cliff.
Yeah.
That was his voice.
Like
I heard his voice instantly. I'm like, oh my god, it's Cliff from Cheers, right?
But he's been in a lot of Pixar.
Oh yeah, he's got a great voice. Great
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah. But I
It's a
remember
very,
watching that and thinking like, okay, the graphics are great and everything, but then the story was just like the story was great too. And like I said, all those little callbacks to like the army men, the little army men. I used to have those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was so refreshing to see something like that because you've never seen anything like that at all, right?
True.
It just
Yeah.
and then look where it is today. Like they're still gonna pump out another one. Like how long has this IP been around for now? What 25 years? I want to say.
Yeah.
Well, no,
It's definitely a legacy at this point, man.
in terms of the last movie, I think it's been around 25 years, something like that, very close to that. So it's got a long. It's been feeding that company some good money for a while.
Well, nobody gets older, right?
Yeah, right.
Team
the
Woody or
actors.
Team Buzz when it first came out?
Oh, Woody.
Ooh.
Tom's my guy.
I didn't choose a side. I liked.
No?
I don't know.
Well, he's
No,
asking if you had to pick one right now.
if I had to. I guess I don't know. I liked Buzz.
Yeah.
I love that whole like he thought he was a toy. I thought that was just so brilliant.
Yeah, that's so
It was-
great.
and they kept and they played on that, right?
Mhm,
Because the second one they had another Buzz that he thought he was a toy, so it was just so smart. But yeah,
I've got two things that are related here. So I'll start with the first one. In 1991, the Addams Family, not the black and white one, the colored one dropped with Christina Ricci. Do you guys remember that movie?
Yeah.
yeah.
Love that movie. It was so good.
Yeah. I never watched it. I'm not into those things, remember?
It's not scary, man.
I know.
It's not a scary
I'm
movie.
not into that whole genre. I'll try every once in a while just for the sake of it to see if I can get into it because I know how huge that genre is, right?
Yeah.
And I always like, okay, I gotta know what's going on here, right? So
hold on, what's that genre you're talking about?
The horror and the monsters kind of genre.
I wouldn't even put it as a horror though, right?
No, it's more for the
not.
monster side of things, right?
I mean, Cousin It was just a very hairy dude, and
I mean, there's a walking hand everywhere.
Thing is just another guy, man. He's one of the boys.
I'm not saying it's scary. I'm not saying scary. It's just it doesn't appeal to me. So that's all. It's one of those things. Like there's like certain sports that doesn't appeal to somebody. Right? They're like, I don't want to watch baseball 3 hours on my TV. Some people, not all. Okay, so it's one of those things for me. But every once in a while, I do try to give it a shot, especially this one, which is connected to that. Is in 2022, Wednesday came out on Netflix this week,
Which was it was a huge hit. That I think they're
Jenna
making a season
Ortega
2.
is in. I said it before and I'll say it again. She's going to be a superstar.
Still have not watched that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, look who's making fun of me about an Addams Family not watching it, huh?
Because it's a Wednesday show. It's not an Addams Family show.
Well, you
The
can
focus
watch it
is
on
Wednesday.
You don't have to watch it on Wednesday. You can watch it any other day. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Woo, that's cold.
That's cold. Yeah.
That is cold. But yeah, Wednesday. They have season 2 coming, I believe, or did season 2 already drop?
No, it hasn't dropped yet, but they're definitely making it. It was because it got really good reviews, so they're definitely.
Oh, it was a resounding success for Netflix.
Yeah.
Right, and it's because of her and her acting abilities. Right, she was cut above the rest for everybody in that show. She really put everybody on her shoulders and said, "Listen, I'm gonna make this show successful," and she did.
I think it was
Especially that
also
dance scene that she did.
Yeah,
right?
I think it was also Tim Burton that brought that back too. The show.
Yeah, Tim Burton is the director for that. So
yeah,
that's what happened this week in Hollywood and birthdays that we did. It was cool. Shall we get into our first topic? What would you guys like to talk about?
Actually, why don't we start with talking a little bit about Red One? Because you guys did a.
Do you have any pictures? I sorry to put you on the spot here. I can ramble on for a bit if you want. If you want to throw a couple pictures.
Just let me search.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you search.
go ahead.
I'll paint the picture here. So we did our annual charity event for the local food bank. We've done it 4 years in a row. This was Sheldon's first time, so welcome to the fold, Sheldon. I appreciate you coming there early and helping out. So
I did nothing.
You were there. You're security. You're my body double in case I have to go to the bathroom.
What?
My younger body.
I have hair.
The younger body double with hair. There you go. You had a hat on that day, I think, right? So it didn't matter. Yeah, and there's some pictures here. So this was our mock-up that our friend D helped me design this thing. It was my idea that he put to pen to paper, and made it happen. It's crazy because I tell him, and he's like, "Yeah, give me 10 minutes," and he just pumps it out. I'm like, "That's exactly what my mind was thinking. How'd you know?" And so here's Michael, who's a behind the scene guy, and Carolina, who we'll talk about. She does a lot of our blogs. Actually, she does all of our blogs on our channel, our website, astonishing .news. So they were helping out. These are the raffle tickets. We were giving away a Dwayne Johnson figures and a Santa with a cigarette on him. So that was cool. And then we sold out. Well, we didn't sell out. We were able to get all of our allotments done. So we had over about 105 allotment seats, and they were all taken up. And there was actually people who were knocking on our door. By the way, I found out afterwards, trying to get in.
Really?
There were people who came late and were trying to get in, and they messaged me, but my phone was off because I'm watching a movie. Right, I'm not gonna have my phone on. So
The theater wouldn't just let them in?
well, nobody was there, so they didn't come in. They didn't want to they didn't know if it was our theater or not. But I mean, we started 10 minutes after the start time too. So
True.
I did apologize to them and said, "Listen, I'm sorry that you couldn't come in, but we did say 12:30, and we started at 12:40. So you came after 12:40 as well. You didn't even come on time, right?" So they weren't upset or anything. They said, "No problem. We'll donate to the food bank on my behalf." So they did donate because I get a message from the Surrey Food Bank that somebody donated on your behalf.
Nice.
So it was nice, but we did raise a lot of money, a lot of food. We had over 66 pounds of food, and then we had buying power 3-to-1 ratio. They raised around $2,500 for the food bank. So it was awesome. It was a success, and and they messaged me and said that they're actually the actual manager, head office actually messaged me and said, we're desperately in need for a bump, and we appreciate you guys providing that. It really helped us out early on because a lot of people start doing it in December.
Yeah.
They forget the other 11 months exist for hunger, right? And so it was nice to do it in November where they got a little bump, a little kickstart before the weather turns even worse, right? And that's when it's really hard to find people and make sure they get their food they need and shelter and etc. Things like that. So donate to your local food bank. You don't have to just do it to our charity event, but seek out your local food bank, children's hospital, whatever you can give. $5 makes a big difference because a lot of food banks have 3-to-1 buying power at the grocery store. So your $5 will go a long ways, and help out if you want. If you can't give money, then maybe spend an hour at the soup kitchen or something. Do your part and help the community out as best as you can. And some of you can't do it, then it's fine. But try your best. That's all we try to do. And that's the whole reason behind it is we want to support our community and do whatever we can. Every little bit helps.
Yeah.
So that was fun. The movie itself, we watched the Red One, which starring Dwayne Johnson and Chris Evans, and I forget the Santa. I always forget his name.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons. I love that guy. He's awesome.
There he is.
He's too jacked for an old guy.
But we needed look.
It was a different. Yeah,
He's like,
we've got a obesity crisis in North America here, right? And Santa's paving the way. If he can do it, you can do it.
but
right?
you think like on Christmas Eve, he's got to eat all those cookies, right? So he's got to spend the whole year being healthy as he can.
Yeah, he's got to burn those calories, right?
He's going to
Those
eat all those
marshmallows and cookies and milk take a
he
toll on
carved
somebody.
up. That's how Santa gets it done.
Yeah, and he doesn't like certain cookies too. I heard, right? So,
So you guys, you can check out our channel because Elvin and Sheldon gave their out of theater reaction. Now that you've had time to kind of sit and think about it, tell me, and I'll tell you my opinion. But you guys go back.
Well, why don't you go first? I want to hear yours.
So I think I felt sort of the same way as you. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. It wasn't as bad as I thought. It still wasn't great. It's not. I know this right away. I'm not adding it to my Christmas movie list.
It's not in the rotation.
It's not going to be in the rotation. I don't know if I'll ever watch it again, but it was okay. It was. It wasn't as funny as I don't think I laughed. Like I might have done like a one of those or just like a little chuckle. I felt it could have been funnier. Some parts were great, like some of the action was great. The storyline, whatever, the kidnapped Santa. I also didn't find The Rock and Chris Evans buddy, like it's not like Deadpool and Wolverine or anything, right? So
that's a good point you make. Yeah.
There wasn't really
They
any
didn't have
any
great chemistry.
chemistry. But so there could have been a lot. There could have been better dialogue. Could have been funnier. At one point, I was thinking, is Chris Evans right for this role, or should they got like a comedian, like a Will Ferrell or something like that, just to really, because it's two like sort of superhero stars, right? The Rock and Chris Evans. We both know them from their other roles. So I was trying to think of that. But again, it was fine.
Should have had Kevin Hart there instead.
Ugh.
Yeah.
The two of them have chemistry though, right?
Sure, but overplayed.
I wanted to ask you guys there was one scene, it was very quick, one shot that kind of referenced another Christmas movie. Do you guys know what that was?
Christmas movie?
Sort of Christmas Carol?
It's an
Do
argument.
we want to give it away?
Well, I guess we don't have to, but there's one scene at the what I actually liked at the end was the little montage, and we're not trying to spoil anything. The sort of Christmas Eve montage on how he does stuff. And anyways, if you're going to go see it, there's a tiny little clip in there that references another Christmas movie. But, overall, it was a fun event. It was, the people that I brought, my family and friends, they thought it was fun. It was okay. But I just overall, like, it's not like, it's actually rare to think about how many new Christmas movies I add to my sort of Christmas rotation.
Right.
I haven't added one in a while, and I'm definitely not adding this one. I think it could have been better. I did wanted some more laugh out loud moments, and I found there wasn't anything really.
Fair.
And again, I just didn't find that their connection was good. But you know what? It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So if that says anything. That says anything.
I will agree to the chemistry between The Rock and Chris Evans. It didn't really feel all there. It felt a little forced. However, I still enjoyed the crap out of this movie. I thought after what the critics gave it, I was like, okay, like it would be another Rock movie, and he kind of was still him. But he showed a little bit more emotion this time, and so his range kind of went up a little in my meter. He had some sadness going on, so I was like, okay, this is cool. But I still found it to be a fun friggin' movie. Like for what it was, it had Christmas magic. It had Christmas fireballs.
Christmas fireballs. That's what every Christmas needs is fireballs.
Fireballs. Yes, it made it a whole lot of fun. And I feel like as like a family movie, it wasn't too bad, There were some scenes that were like, maybe kids shouldn't be watching that, but like, it is what it is. No different than going to a
We
beach
did
or
have
whatever.
kids in the audience, so
yeah, true.
I did warn the parents. I'm like, hey, it's Red One. You might want to check out the rating before you bring your kids.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be a little bit more profanity in there for some reason.
Oh, really? I didn't think that.
Yeah, but I was definitely wrong. But a lot of yoke dudes in this film for sure.
Garcia.
Oh man. Especially Santa's brother. I was like, yeah, that dude's a monster.
I thought he stole the show.
Yeah, 100%. I really liked him. I thought he was one of the best parts of that show.
Yeah. I was talking to some people that came out of the theater, and I was asking them, and they're like, they loved Krampus.
Yep.
Right. And that's not giving away anybody out there. It's in the trailer. He's in the trailer. Yeah. So we're not talking about anything that's there was a character we saw for a brief second that I thought was cool. I mean, they could do a spinoff here. Right. That's pretty
at the
cool.
beginning. Yeah. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more of that. Some other cameos here and there.
Maybe the Easter Bunny or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I thought Jack Frost would have made an appearance, or Frosty or something.
You know what's interesting because Chris Evans' name is Jack,
that's what I thought. Right? I thought he was going to end up evolving into becoming Jack Frost or something.
Yeah, Chris did point that out. He was like, "Oh, it's Jack." I was like, "Oh, man,
yeah,
it's possible."
Yeah. It would have been funny if they had like a little animated Easter Bunny, like jump in and be all happy, and then like Rock just boot him out of the way or something.
PETA will be after him.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Oh man, no, you're right though about Chris Evans. I just didn't feel he was the right choice for that movie. We're so used to seeing him as Captain America, maybe that's why, but I just found that he wasn't as funny as as needed in that movie, because he obviously was the comedy relief in that movie. Right? The Rock is the muscle. He's the
Yeah.
laughter, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he did an admirable job, I want to say, but it just lacked that oomph. The punchlines didn't.
It wasn't like not another high school movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just didn't hit that line, this punchline really hard, right?
There was definitely moments when you're waiting for some sort of one-liner, and they just kind of, and that wasn't there, and they just kind of like looked at each other, and then they just moved on to the next scene or something. So.
What was there was a lot of Chevy placements, so that was there for sure. I don't know how much money they shelled out for that one. I'm surprised I'm surprised they didn't slap a logo on the Santa's cart chariot too, right? Brought to you by Chevy.
Yeah, a lot of makes sense with all the toy placement too. I'm like, this is a Christmas movie, giving parents present ideas. Don't forget to hit up Hot Wheels 24/7. Like, good Lord, the amount of Hot Wheels in this damn movie.
Yeah,
and they brought back the fighters too, right? That's an old toy.
Yeah, the Rock'em Sock'em robots. Yeah,
those are the things that made the movies watchable, right? It was those are. I
was expecting more toy things though to happen. With the whole like how they bend reality with it and make it a thing. I was like, there should have been more of that if they really wanted to bring out their toy placement. I think that would have been a lot of fun, but maybe they just didn't have the budget for it.
But overall, from the multiple people that I spoke to that came out of the theater, they all had positive things to say about the movie.
Yeah,
I didn't hear anybody from the theater, and I talked to at least probably about 10 or 15 people somewhere there, and not one person said to me it was a bad movie. I mean, maybe they're just being nice because they came in for the charity event, but I talked to some of my friends who will critique any movie no matter what the situation. They say no, they were pretty pleasantly surprised with the movie. They said it was pretty not bad. They're wondering why the critics gave it such a bad score. They didn't think it was that bad.
Because I feel like The Rock called them out as adults, saying adults are not what they used to be. There's no joy in them anymore. And those were the critics because the popcorn meter says otherwise. There's like a 90% score for the popcorn meter, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, I worked retail for a long time, and that dude, what he said about the adults was definitely on point. I was like, they got bitter year after year and worse and worse. I was like, where's the joy in Christmas shopping now, man? It's not really there anymore.
Well, I mean, he got bitter when Black Adam got shut down. So I don't know what he's talking about. he immediately unfollowed Warner Brothers the next day. Talk about being bitter.
Because he thought he was going to be in charge of it all. That's why.
But I think that had a huge effect on the overall performance for that movie during the weekend, because it did, I think, less than $40 million on opening weekend.
Wow.
And it was budgeted at around 200 something.
Damn.
I mean, half of that went to just the Rock's paycheck, right? So,
and it's not going to do any better this weekend with Gladiator and Wicked opening.
No chance. No chance.
It's going to fall off a lot.
Yeah. So I'm also surprised at the timing in the release of this movie.
Yeah, like mid-November.
Maybe they got scared of what the Wicked and Gladiator will do, and then they got probably scared about the actual holiday movie that's coming out, The Lion King.
And they got Moana too.
Well, maybe. I mean, I'm surprised why the Moana is, in between all these movies, because I don't think that's going to do that great either. It's going to do okay, I think. But how many movies are people going to go see now, right?
Yeah, especially with the Christmas rush, it's going to be hard to say.
Yeah.
I'm going to see Wicked this weekend, and then next week Sheldon and I are going to go check out Gladiator. So I'm excited for those two because I've heard a lot of good things about both of them.
I'm excited for Gladiator 2 as well. I'm hoping it kind of carries.
When are you guys going to see Gladiator?
Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I look forward to hearing it from you guys. Be awesome.
But other than that, the rest of the year though, I got no plans to go back. I mean, the year's only a month and a half left, but I'm not
it's not that much over the year left. Isn't it crazy?
But there's just nothing else that I really want to see that's coming out the rest of the year. But
that's fair.
Yeah. All right. Did you give us out of 10 a score, Chris?
What were you guys? You guys are like 7.
You gotta do yours first before we.
No, I know. But it's on our stream.
People I know you didn't watch it, even though you edited it.
I recorded it. I think I remember. I would say like 6.5. I'd say 6.5.
Okay. All right. Sheldon, I think you did 7.5.
Yeah. Yeah, I did a 7.5. I liked the movie. I thought it was a fun movie. I wasn't expecting a crazy, deep story and like personal connections. Really, I was hoping for some badassery and a fun time, and that's exactly what I got. So that's why I give it a 7.5.
Will you go watch it again? Will you watch it again?
Yeah, probably. Like if it's on stream,
It's on your rotation.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was disappointed that didn't have all the reindeers, Vixen, Blitzen, Rudolph. I was like, here's your chance to double down and make it even more fun.
They made the reindeers like those are the biggest reindeers I've ever seen.
They're all female reindeers, and they had no names. I was like, oh, come on, really?
It
Get some
kind of
names.
fits though, man. Like Santa was Jack, The Rock was Jack, Krampus was Jack.
You should have had the reindeers working out together.
They're the gym.
Might as
they're
well
the
get
gym.
the reindeer shredded too, man.
No, I didn't have any issues with the reindeers size, but I'm just like, you got all these classic names. Hit on those things, right?
Yep.
Oh, it'd been so awesome to see Rudolph's nose glowing or something. Like, it's just
But-
those little things that would set it apart, right?
But what you said, Sheldon, or I don't know if it was you, Elvin, but definitely the toy part. Now that I think of it, because they could make toys bigger, they should have really played that off. Like,
Yep.
they could have had
they
so
should
much
have.
fun. They could have had so much fun with that. You know,
Can you imagine?
Like
did,
they picked up Monopoly. They did nothing with the Monopoly.
I was like, I
Yeah.
was wondering what are they doing with the Monopoly board?
Right?
Yeah.
Picked up a bunch of toys and they only used the damn Hot Wheels and the robots. That was it. Useless.
Yeah.
Useless.
yeah.
Yeah, totally.
That's
Think
why I
about
got
they
a
could have like
7.5.
blown up like Barbie's Playhouse and like
Yes.
ran around it and got
Yes.
lost or something. You know,
100%.
I think some of that got cut. Those scenes, the
Maybe.
Monopoly scene, I think got cut.
maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking because the movie wasn't that long.
No, it wasn't. No.
Yeah,
But I think
So-
that's why it was like it was good the way it was. It shouldn't be any longer than that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did like the chicken running around.
Oh yeah.
Chicken was fast as hell, man.
It was still running around at the end of the movie, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what do we want to talk about today first?
Before we even get into that, are you guys gonna be doing Silo on the Mighty Show?
Yes, we are.
I still have to catch up. I'm
You
only on
better-
episode 4.
I just hunker down.
It is good. I will say
Tell
this.
your family you're gone for 10 hours.
I am invested. I am invested. It is a damn good
I'm
show.
telling you right now, Chris, you watched it and I watched it. We talked about it right now, Chris. I watched the first episode. It is
Me too.
good. It's good.
Chris, you should join us for the Sunday show if you can, man.
I'll try to. Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched
so
episode.
you watched the second season, Chris? First episode?
episode 1. Yeah, I watched it the other
So
day.
good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where it goes. Anyways, I just wanted to plug that you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
are gonna.
Yeah,
do
we'll be
that
doing it
Sunday.
on Sunday nights, probably around 8ish, right, Sheldon?
Does it air on Sunday night?
No, it airs today.
Airs Friday.
Oh, it
Friday.
airs Friday. Oh,
Well, 6 p.m. Apple drops it on Thursday nights.
Oh, okay.
But they advertise Friday though.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Sheldon, you want to lead us off with your topic?
Yeah, I'll start with the Star Wars stuff going on. Do we want to do the Rey thing first, or do we want to do the Star Wars Visions first?
Either or.
Either or. Okay, let's
Yeah.
start with the Rey stuff first, because that was so they're shelving her movie in lieu of this new trilogy that they're doing, right? However, they are looking to have Rey be featured in most of these films. Like she is going to be a recurring character in these films and in other shows that they do that ended where her movies left off. It bugs me a little bit. I get what they're doing, but what bugs me about it a little bit is this what they're doing with her is what essentially they should have done with Luke and shown that off, establishing a Jedi Order, training people, traveling across the galaxy to fight bad guys and put order back in place and good. They're essentially just giving her Luke's story from like the comic books, from the legend stories, all of that. And they shafted us on the Luke thing. I'm a little bitter about that. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I'm like, y'all shafted Luke really hard. and now you're making a Palpatine a Skywalker, and you made a Skywalker a bad guy at the end of it all. Like it kind of it's wrecking me a little bit, guys.
I've echoed this many times. I think over 2 years here. This was all by design by Kathleen Kennedy to erase everything that came before her and start a whole new saga, a whole new storyline based on what she always calls females first in Star Wars. She's had shirts made where she had it, and everyone was on board. Like, hey, let's have more females in Star Wars. Why not? We've got a great one as Leia and Padme. We had great females there. Let's continue that trend. Why not? And all the nerds, fan base, nobody said anything. Then we find out that to do that, they're going to insult and remove and embarrass one of our favorite characters, Luke, from the history books. They just insult him and then also kill off Han Solo, also have a terrible death for Leia. The way they all went out was utter garbage and insulting to all Star Wars fans. All three of them
out with the old, in with the new kind of thing.
It's just the disrespect they gave to all three of those characters. In my opinion, I thought it was terrible. Obviously,
I think the Han Solo death kind of made sense. You know, with Ben wanting to be the dark side, and that was the one thing that was holding him back. I was like, okay, I'll give you that. Okay, like
plus Harrison Ford was begging to.
He wanted to be done with the whole franchise too. So I was like, you know what?
He wanted to die in Return of the Jedi. Like he wanted to die there. Oh yeah.
Oh damn. Okay,
but give him a proper death.
Well,
I agree with Sheldon that I don't mind Han Solo's death. It kind of set up. They kind of set up a lot, which was great.
Plus, he's too old to be a space cowboy forever. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that, you can't keep doing that at that age, man.
Well, he's going to be a Red Hulk now.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either.
So, I mean, you know what? You could change people's mind by loading up the Brinks truck. Right?
True. Yeah, that's true.
For sure.
That's true.
I'm actually confused by all this because I know that they're making this episode 10, 11, 12. I didn't think it was the Rey story because I heard there was a Rey story. There's just so many. It's just like it's every day there's something new.
Well, what happened
added or taken away.
Well, they had this director. I can't remember her name, but she's some sort of activist, a documentary activist. They hired her to do a Rey story continuation from the last movie, where she's pregnant. I don't know. The whole detail was she was going to lead the next order of kids at a temple. That was
She get pregnant from that kiss with Kylo.
Force baby.
I mean, hey, are you going to doubt them for doing something like that? They've done everything else, right?
No.
So, yeah. So they
at this point, no. Yeah.
That was what's going to happen, and then all of a sudden, that got shelved quietly about 5 months ago. And it was like nobody here heard nothing. No filming is going to be planned, nothing. And then they came out with this, and everyone got excited. They're like, "Oh, a trilogy, awesome!" And this it's going to be set in a new timeline. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone got excited. They're like, "Finally, some refreshing new take on Star Wars, leaving the past behind and starting something new. This could be awesome, right?" And then, well, I don't mean to hijack your story, Sheldon.
No, you're good. Go for it.
And then they're like, "Well, hold on. We're gonna have Rey here, and she's gonna be the centerpiece of it all." And everyone was like, "I thought we're gonna leave all this behind and start new." That's not starting new.
No. And nothing against Daisy Ridley. I think she was great. It was how it was handled as a movie, which was bad.
I actually don't mind her.
Not at all.
I don't mind the character either. Rey, the character. It's just the way
not at all.
What they did with her, you know.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed the fact that she was before she was a Palpatine, which was totally stupid. I actually liked in The Last Jedi or in The Force Awakens and those ones that she had the Force. and then they had to ruin that by making, or tell us that she was a Palpatine. But
Mm.
yeah, I liked the character, but I just didn't like. It was like I liked a lot of the characters. I liked Kylo Ren, but I just didn't like what they did with them in the end.
Mhm.
The whole first movie of her character was very mysterious, which was the best part about it. Is
Yeah.
you didn't know who her parents were, you didn't know what's going on, what is her abilities. A lot of that stuff was very mysterious and cloudy, and people like that. They want that to be flushed out slowly through the three trilogies. Sorry, the trilogy they had in the three movies. But they changed directors and then changed concept and ideas and powers, and it just got convoluted and muddied. And then that character's consistently getting praised for doing literally nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
They're giving her hugs and cries and this and that, and we're like, well, what is she getting praised for? She hasn't done anything yet, right? And so I think, in my opinion, they ruined that character from the first movie. There was so much hype and there's so much, promise from that character, and then 2 and 3 came out and just utterly ruined that character. And they tried to double down by saying that she's better than Luke and Han because she went into the Millennium Falcon and was able to fix things in 5 seconds, where this guy had that plane with Chewie for what, a better part of 20 years in Star Wars, and he doesn't know his own plane?
Yep.
Are you kidding me? Right? And then Luke, one of the arguably the greatest Jedis of all time, just throws a lightsaber away and goes, I don't care. It's like, what? And he's drinking milk. Cool, great, good for your body. But what? Like, I just don't know. There could have been a great story there where she gets training and she's leveling up, but she's still not there yet. And Luke comes in and says, listen, let me train you, but it's going to be hard because you can't just be the best Jedi overnight.
Yeah.
It's going to take time. So you're going to have to go through the shit that I went through to get to that level, right? That's what I wanted to see. Didn't get that, right? So...
And they wasted characters. They wasted Snoke. They wasted Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Did you not, when you guys first saw that trailer of the gentleman, I can't remember his name, with the stormtrooper helmet coming off in the sand?
John Bogoya?
Did you not go, holy smokes, they're going to flush out a stormtrooper, make him to a good guy, and have him maybe even be a Jedi?
Yeah.
We were all led to believe when he picked up this blade in the first movie.
Yep.
Right?
Not only that, actually, what disappointed me more was the fact that he was like, he could just turn on a dime against the First Order. Like, he should have been really torn between which way he wanted to go. And in fact, if you remember at the beginning of Force Awakens, Poe kills his friend, right? He puts the blood. Imagine if Finn found out later that Poe killed.
My God. And
like,
or he could just flop to the dark side because of that rage. Ooh.
Yeah, there was a lot of potential there. And actually, another thing that they just ended was in the second one where Kylo Ren and General Hux, you could see that huge buildup that they had between them. And then they just, if Hux had found out that Kylo had killed Snoke in the last one, that could have been a great storyline. But instead they just, oh, you're a traitor? No, let's kill him off.
Yep.
If you were going to kill off Han, it should have been in episode 8 or 9. Would have been a good way to kill off the character in a respectful way, at least. That's what I was saying. Right? It was just so abrupt, but hey, that's not the big problem of this trilogy. There's so many other bigger problems than that. But I'm with you with that. I would have liked to have that sort of bleed in. Get it? Bleed in. Into episode what is it? Episode 9? No, episode 8, right? 8, 7, 8, and 9. Yeah.
7, 8, 9, yeah.
7 did 7 did 8, 9. Also another plot. Wah.
Save that for Monday.
D's like, no, don't save it for Monday.
I want to change shows.
You're stuck, buddy. Also another wait, I was gonna read that.
Oh.
Let me click it. Okay. Also, another plot hole. If Luke wanted to be left alone on the island, then why did he send a map of R2D to lead them? That is a great point. I forgot about that.
Nobody ever find me, but here's just a case. Here's a map.
He rolled up a map quest paper and put it into R2D2.
Yeah.
He wanted to be pulled back in. He didn't want to be asked. He wanted to be forced back in.
The Last Jedi was very incompetent. No, he's not The Last Jedi. Daisy Ridley's character is now The Last Jedi. They made a title about it.
Word.
Yeah. I mean, does anybody even of all the Jedis that you know, is she even in your top 10?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Okay, where do you rank her then?
She's
10.
Top 5?
10. No, not top.
No, I don't know. I'm just asking. Sheldon,
No, she'd be like maybe 10 or 9, I'd say.
okay,
Yes.
10 or 9. Sheldon, top 10?
No.
Okay.
No. Ben Solo is in my 10.
Oh yeah, Ben Solo's in a lot of people's 10s.
Yeah. They wasted Adam Driver.
Oh yeah, for sure they did. Even though he did a good job of what they gave him, like when
But
he
is
killed
he a Jedi
Han,
or is he a Sith?
well,
He wasn't a Sith. He came back to be a Jedi.
Did he?
I don't think he was either.
Yeah, he was a Knights of Ren. Probably.
He was kind of fighting everything. But
I thought he was Knights of Ren.
That's another plot hole.
Yeah, I know. Let's not get. We'll be here all day.
Yeah, I know. You know, they'd set that up. You're so looking like when she has the flashback in Force Awakens, and you see them in the rain, and you're like, they're so mysterious. And then what happened? They weren't even in the second.
Wasted.
Yeah.
Wasted.
Yeah. So, yeah, anyway. I don't know. See, the thing is, if they're making episode 10, 11, 12, it's still part of the whole, like they kind of have to continue a story, right? They can't just start fresh with 10 with all new people, right?
You know, I wanna hope that they do it right with her and not just make her the focal point. And I think it's smart for her because she hasn't really been in a whole lot of other roles, you know, as an actress. Like this would be a good way for her to really expand in her career and develop herself as an actress. I think. And if they do it right, people may end up liking Rey a whole lot more than what's previously out there.
We know what they need to do, right? What do they need to do? They need to write it all together. Write it as one story and then break it into 3 parts. Don't write each one separately.
One would think that would be the simplest part of putting everything together, right? Let's just write the story and finish it. Right? Not as we go filming, right? So and you can tell they were just going as we go filming from one person to another, right?
Yeah.
Is it savable? Is this character and trilogy saved?
You know,
can it be saved?
I like to think Rey is savable. Like again, I think they just delivered her wrong. I don't think her character was that bad. They just threw it at people and forced it down people's throats. I think if they kind of took a step back with her this time and slowly developed her into becoming a teacher and a master, it could do well.
Kiwi says, I'm scared they're going to turn Rey into this trilogy. People will revolt if that happens. And they can scream bigots, racists, sexist, all they want. These are iconic characters. Don't just smear them to the side. Don't just go move over. We're gonna put these guys in there. You're force feeding something. Get it? Force feeding. Oh man, I'm terrible today. You just can't do that. And this is tried, tested, and true in so many lores. You've seen Lord of the Rings. You've seen it in Transformers. You've seen it in Marvel. Like, why are you doing this to the fan base that supports you? Just do them right. It's so mind-boggling how crazy these guys are and their ego that's running around rampant in Hollywood. If you're wondering where we're looking at all these articles, it's from our website here, astonishing.news. The lovely Carolina has been writing these posts up. We provide the source where we got this information as well. So you can go every week. We're going to be putting topics up there at astonishing.news and check out the topics before we even start our show. So even, you're like, hey, I know what they're going to talk about today. So go check out our website at astonishing.news and say hi to Carolina. So, all right, next topic.
Well, you were going to bring up Vision as well, right?
Sheldon? All right, Lucasfilm's Vision.
Star Wars Visions is coming back with a season 3 in 2025. And they are going back to the Japanese animation studios to do the animations for this. Because season 2, they decided to do a globetrot from like the UK to India to.
They did that in season 1 too, did they not?
No. The first season was also mostly Japanese studios. I think maybe 1 or 2 studios might have been a little bit different.
Okay, yeah, but different, very studios,
yeah, but a majority of them were Japanese studios. And there's when I looked this up, there's 4 studios that are coming back from the first season, which is the Kamikaze Doga, known for the Duel, which is the first episode. It was the very heavily Ronin inspired episode that they did, where they both the Sith lady and him were wielding red sabers. I thought that was very dope. It was a lot different. I really liked it. It was sick, and I look forward to what they're going to do, or if they're going to continue a story. Because people were like, if they're going to make another series, they should do that one. When I was talking to a lot of people, Trigger is also coming back. They're the ones that did the Twins, which was like a play on Luke and Leia, where they were both on the dark side rather than the light side of the Force, and then they swapped. I also like that take. Kinema Citrus, The Village Bride, is the episode that they did. I don't know if you guys remember that one, but that was where they eventually she was being married off, and the Empire ended up attacking, and they ended up fighting them back using just Force powers. And then lastly, Production IG, and that one was which one was that again? Did they do the Ninth Jedi? Is I think it was called. I don't really remember that one, but I know Production IG themselves is kind of a big studio. They've done oh my god, sorry, they've done things like Ghost in the Shell. If you like, they did the live action with Scarlett Johansson. That was a big Japanese anime that they did.
That bombed hard.
Yeah, I know. A very big, like 2 big ones or 3 big ones that they've worked on in Japan is called Attack on Titan. It's one of the biggest animes that have been airing in the last like 10 years. There's this, I think I mentioned this one before, Haiku, when we did our show last time, or last Thursday. It's about a volleyball team, and then and then Psychopaths is another one, which is it's an anime about like justice, morality, and society controlled by like a surveillance system, and it judges you before you even do any actions. Yeah, it's kind of wild. But they got some new studios coming, which I'm kind of excited for, because there's a few big ones that they're bringing in. Wit Studio is a big one. They also did Attack on Titan. They've done a show called Vinland Saga, which is a Norse Viking show. It's actually
that'd be cool.
Yeah. It's a really good show. Check it out. It's actually how the Vikings discovered Vinland, which is supposed to be North America. Yeah, very violent, but very dope. Yeah. They got Project Q coming out, which they've done things like Evangelion, if you've ever heard of that.
Yeah, Evangelion.
Yep. Eureka 7, Darling and the Franxx. And again, they actually did some CG animation for the Twins episode. Sorry, I'm like all over.
How many episodes? Any idea for season 2?
I think they said they're doing like 6 to 8 episodes is what they're looking
That's
at.
the same. So same as the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed season 1, but I got to be honest with you, I actually really enjoyed season 2. Especially
I dropped off on season 2.
The first episode.
Can I go back to it?
The first episode of season 2 called Sith. I watched that one. I've watched that one like 20 times.
Whoa.
That's the one with the girl who used to be a Sith's apprentice, but she uses art as well. And so the whole episode is just like, even when there's a lightsaber battle, there's like splashes of paint behind them and stuff.
So visually really nice.
Yeah. And I just love that episode. But I like them all. I like this series. I like most of them.
I might have to go check it out. Yeah. Go back.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. I kind of enjoyed some of the episodes in season 2. I wasn't like the biggest fan on some of them. But this season they have some banger studios coming. So I'm expecting some really good short stories out of this.
So do they drop it 1 week at a time, or is it all at once?
It's all at once.
All at once. Yeah.
Okay.
Was
so
it?
then-
It's usually, I think season 2 was like May the 4th around then is when they dropped it. So I don't know
and
if
this
that's
is
how
coming
it's
out when?
planned.
Season 3?
They just said 2025. They haven't given it a
Okay.
hard release. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're all gonna assume that May the 4th, probably around that
Yeah.
time.
Probably.
Yeah.
That would make sense,
Probably.
right? So
Probably. Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
let's see here. Tony Movie Chappie D9 says Star Wars version
I think it means
one.
Vision.
Sorry, Vision. Yeah, I was just saying
Yeah.
that Vision. One of the better things for Disney Star Wars. Yeah, I would agree.
I 100% agree with that.
yeah.
100%. I think they should let a Japanese studio do some animation work and do a whole show on Star Wars.
I think they should let people, because we know there's tons of fan films out there and there's actually some good ones. Why don't they do this with live action? Make shorts, let people make short live
Ooh.
action.
I think it's probably the cost. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
they've already blown millions on that trilogy. It went nowhere.
No, but well, how do these work then? These animated, like, these are studios that are doing this, right?
I think
Yeah,
animation is quite. I mean, I'm not saying a lot, but I think it's more easier to put
They
together.
can get pretty expensive.
No, I'm not saying it's cheap by any means, but I'm just saying in terms of production, like bringing in scenes and rigs and all that stuff, right? Like just in a studio, they're just doing work. It's a lot easier to pump these out, I guess.
Well, I
don't
mean,
know.
the Japanese animation, they're pretty hardcore criticized because they have pretty bad work conditions. People work themselves to the bone and they get paid.
Well, I think that's everywhere, right? A lot of
pretty poorly.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
But there are, like, there's people that have made like short films. You can see them all on YouTube, live action, and you know, these are people paying stuff out of their pockets, and they've done good jobs. So I don't know. I don't see why not.
I think it's also the unionized part of things too, right? So you got to pay these guys a certain amount of money. Sorry, you know. Like, there's a lot of layers that we are not aware of that probably pay a tribute to why it costs sometimes. I mean, I'm with you though. It'd be nice to have a few short movies drop here and there, right? Maybe every quarterly or something like that.
It's maybe because Lucasfilm doesn't actually want to look bad.
No,
right? Be like, these guys.
It's too late for that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say they've already done that, man.
Yeah,
they've definitely already done that. Yeah. What is he saying? They make an episode of anime in a week, so not impossible. That's true. They do that. But sometimes it suffers badly, Kiwi. I think we've seen some of that.
I just want to see a new expanded part of the universe or the galaxy.
Well, maybe this new show, Skeleton Crew, will give us something different.
Some hope. A new hope.
A new hope.
Yeah, leave the terrible jokes to me.
There's our dad joke. In your face, Elvin.
I already did that joke. You're just copying my material here, bro.
Bruh.
No, I'm looking forward to this. This is gonna be, I think, a Christmas classic. I'm gonna say it right now.
The Skeleton Crew?
Yeah. I'm gonna go on a limb and say this is gonna be a Christmas classic. This is this generation's Goonies.
I think so.
Am I pumping it too much?
I'll agree with that, Stu. I think it might be this generation's Goonies for sure, man.
I can't.
They have an elephant kid.
Little
I'm
Ganesha?
like, that thing is
Ganesha?
adorable.
Little Ganesha?
Yeah.
Okay. I would love to have the chance to watch it with my nephews when I'm gone, but I can't wait that long. So sorry, nephews. I'm gonna watch it before you guys. I just think it'll be a great holiday show to sit down, kind of binge. Right?
Yeah.
I feel
that it has all the makings of it. So please.
Do you think they're gonna drop it all at once, or you think it's gonna be a weekly thing?
I heard it's 2 episodes for the first week.
Yeah, no, it's a weekly thing. They're not dropping it all at
Okay.
once. Yeah, because it goes into the new year. Goes into January.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah,
8 episodes, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, we know what length they're going to be, so we don't have to talk about that. But
it's crazy how a movie or a TV show that is well done and a lot of heart is put into it, and there's no agendas behind it, nothing, can change the direction of something that's been so bad for so long. And I'm trying to temper my expectations for this show, but I think this show could do a lot of good for this damaged IP. That's my early prediction for this. That's how badly I want this to go well. Right?
I hope you're right. I really do hope you're right. I'm still gonna go in with low expectations,
I just
just
want
so
that.
I don't get.
I want that
disappointed.
Christmas spirit, man. I want this to go well. I really want
See-
this to go well.
You know, it's funny because I was really hoping the Acolyte. It just had this sort of feeling for me until they dropped the trailers that it was just
Yep.
going to be dark. And it's
Yeah,
gonna
you
be
were
like-
telling me that. You were very
I was
excited
really-
about the dark part of it all. Yeah.
and then it wasn't at all. So you know what? I'm excited for every Star Wars thing that comes out, to be honest, because the hope is always there that it's going to be good.
But we've been kicked to the curb and with our teeth out for so long.
Yeah, but you know what? It's never going to affect any way I feel about the stuff I like, right? Like,
No, that's not what I'm meaning. It affects the longevity of the IP and the money that comes in, because if money's not happening, they're not making anything, right? That's what I'm afraid of. Is if things keep going the way it is, they just might say shelve it, leave it. Right?
Yeah. Well, then I'll just enjoy the stuff that I like.
Yeah.
So
That's
not much else you can do.
Let's make sure that this let's just pray this thing does really well. So,
Mhm.
Well, it
We
just
do-
has to be fun. Doesn't
Yeah.
Doesn't
Exactly.
have to go. Doesn't
Like
have to go
Red
into
One.
the
Sorry, what? So what now? What now?
Like red one.
like Red One.
Well, I mean, hey, let's hope it's better than that, right? But it was not bad. If it's that level of Red One, okay, that's not a horrible thing. right?
No, not at
Yeah.
all. Not at
But-
all.
I'm excited for Jude Law.
Yeah.
He could be the next big thing by accident, right?
True.
The most important thing is I hope these kids get sheltered and protected from the toxic social media universe.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
agree,
concerned
man.
about. Every time I see
That-
kids
that's
come
true.
online, I'm
That-
like, okay, you know,
I
let's
think
protect-
that stuff has got to stop. Like grown
ridiculous.
adults on the internet talking smack about kids or like sending them messages, like stop it, man. That's what
Yeah.
happened to what's that dude's name from episode 1? The kid that
Anakin?
played Anakin. Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they bullied the crap out of that poor kid, man. He went to therapy and everything. Like,
Is he in jail?
no,
He
is
definitely
he?
he went through some trouble for sure. He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got tattoos on his face, I think.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, that messed him up, and that kid did
Yeah.
not deserve that
Yeah,
at
yeah.
all, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
they almost did the same thing with Hayden. Luckily, Hayden's got a thicker skin, but like
Yeah.
Jake Lloyd, thank you.
Yeah. But still, Hayden, I think, had to step back from it for a long time. Like he
He
wasn't.
did.
Yeah, he had to
You
go
know,
back
and now-
into hiding kind of thing, right?
It's
So-
funny because now people really love him and accept him, especially that he's come back in the last little while. But there was years there that I think I mean, I know he kept acting, but he certainly wasn't in the spotlight for a long time.
No, I mean, and
Poor guy couldn't even go to the beach. So much sand.
yeah,
Yeah,
terrible. God damn it.
yeah. It's too bad what they do to kid actors, but those actors, I hate those kids. They all suck. Grown man online talking about kids. Who would watch that crap?
No, honestly, if it does bad, then it does bad. But I don't think we should be
No,
pointing at kids.
no. Blame the damn writers. Blame the directors.
I always
and
do,
blame the
even with
producer,
adults,
man.
though. I always go to the writers first. I'm like,
Yeah,
you guys started this nonsense, right?
yeah.
Your
It's
lack
not
of
even the
imagination-
writers. It's actually not even the writers. It's the people that approved the writing.
Yes,
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
You mean Kathleen
They thought
Kennedy?
that- yeah.
You're right. Yes, it's the
Yeah.
one that going. Yeah, this is gonna sell like hotcakes. Let's
Yeah.
go with this. Who doesn't want to see a kid hidden in a trench coat? Right. So let's do this.
Yeah.
If you don't know,
Exactly.
you don't know, and if you know, you know. All right. Yes, so Star Wars Abound coming to you, near you in a galaxy not so far away.
Not
Let's
so
get into
far
our
away.
next topic.
All right, so they dropped. They're making. I had heard that they were making a How to Train Your Dragon live action. I forgot about it, and they just dropped a trailer this week.
I'm a big
So
fan.
this is DreamWorks' first attempt, because Disney's been doing this for a while, and they've had some hits and misses. Disney changing animation into live action. This is DreamWorks' first attempt. This is a big IP because people love these movies, the trilogy. So, and this picture, like if you watch the trailer is good. This is a scene where they meet Hiccup and Toothless for the first time. It's shot for shot, same as the animation. So, but there is a lot of backlash. People are saying that it's too soon. You know, the trilogy, the first one came out in 2010. The last one came out 2014. So, you know, the question is, are you guys interested in this? I love the animated films. I had a lot of fun with them. Do I need to see this? Do they need to make this? I know why they're making this, to try to get a new generation, obviously try to get more money and stuff like that. Is DreamWorks going to continue to do this? Do they have other, you know, animated films that are
Can I go first?
just, yeah, those are my, just,
Teacher.
yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to throw a bunch of questions out
Yeah,
there.
no, it's good. It's good.
Because I'm not sure.
I'm super
No,
excited. I love this
Okay.
show. I love this movie.
I
excited.
convince me, Elvin, because I don't know right now. I love the animated
It's such
films,
a
but
beautiful
do I-
story because it's two rejects, right? Basically, they're shunned because of their looks, their way they are, and they're neglected or hated just because of their look. You know, there's a lot of people out there like, oh, I don't want to talk to that person because they look terrible or they look like a mean person. But in actuality, they're some of the nicest people in the world, right? So this is that type of movie, is these underdogs. And I loved the movie when it first came out. It blew me away. I was like, wow, this is awesome. And I'm excited. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna do well. There's already, I was telling you, there's a spicy meatball attached to this already. And I do have a problem with this spicy meatball. And this is something that's not new. It's been happening all the time. The female lead in this movie is African American. Now,
Bring it up.
I don't know why they decided to do this in a Norwegian mythology or story, because the animation didn't have that. So I'm just like, why did you need to do that here?
My bigger question is, why do this at all? Like, you're saying how good the story is. I know the story.
Yeah,
I know how good it is. I love the animated films. Why do live action? What's it going to be? Like, what's it bringing us?
The dragons look the same. Like the dragons look the
I'd
same.
like to see it in a different take, right? So that's all it is for me.
Yeah, like to me, the dragons look the same. All they did was give it a 4K res and was like make it a little bit more realistic, guys. You know,
Why are you such a hater?
No, I mean, I kind of get.
I get your point. I get your point.
Where
of course,
it like they just ended the trilogy, right? Like, give it a few years, let it sit. But I think I understand.
I'll tell you why.
What DreamWorks is doing is they're trying to they want to ride that wave of live action stuff that's happening. I get it.
Yeah,
they want to make that money to bring back How to Train Your Dragon and get the merchandise rolling. Toothless is beloved. We know this. But is it too soon?
I'll tell you why. Do you want to know why? In 2025, Universal is opening up their How to Train a Dragon ride at Disney World. Gotta get that hype train going, right? So,
but I thought the trilogy did that. Like wasn't the trilogy just like a year ago, or like the third movie like a year ago or something?
Maybe a couple of years ago.
I have to look it up. I think it's.
But they're opening a huge attraction, their biggest Universal Studio area. It's going to have Mario Land in it, and it's going to have How to Train a Dragon roller coaster, which will be their biggest roller coaster, I believe, in that place. And it's going to be a massive area that they're opening. Because when I was at Disney World, they were already promoting the area and what the rides are going to be like. So I think they're just tying this in to just carry that momentum into the opening of that, because they need to make a lot of money right off the bat, right? And they also have the monster side of things too, which is going to be their biggest technology advancement in rides. They're going to have a monster universe area there, including the flaming windmill for Frankenstein. They're going to have that going. Oh. Yeah, they're going to put a lot of money into the latest and greatest technology for those rides. So
you're right. The last one came out in 2019, so only
there you go.
5 years ago.
Enough time has passed, Sheldon.
5 years? Come on, man.
It's time to train your dragon. And
but
that's
isn't this
that's
also
not a metaphor either?
Isn't this also based on a lot of books? Isn't there other stories? I thought it's not just. I
Don't
thought
put
it
me in-
was.
Thanks for putting me on the spot like that. But
Anyways,
I have no idea. I've only ever watched this movie. Like
I just love the
once, and that
animation.
was
I
it.
really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. But I just don't understand. There's people online fighting already. I'm like, oh god, already the movie hasn't even dropped yet. Oh, why do you have this girl? I don't know why they did it. I just feel it's kind of weird because the animation had nobody from that distinction look because it's a Norwegian centric story. So
I got you.
I don't understand that.
But
hey,
Alvin,
look.
there's dragons in it.
Yes, I know, but dragons are
Dragons
are
aren't
not
real,
human
dog.
beings. Dragons are not human beings. So,
but yeah,
right? I mean, I said it. I responded back and said, "What if they had a How to Train a Lion? You know, are they going to have a blonde, blue eyes person in that story? I don't think so. Right? So, it goes both ways. That's just my argument on it. But hey, I just hope this part is just not just a one-off. I hope it's really good. We'll see.
Do you think though, because exactly what you said, Sheldon, like this toothless looks exactly like did in the animated. So I think people are happy with that because if it looked different,
It's
people
like
would
Sonic.
be-
Remember Sonic? It didn't
Yeah.
look like that. People are like,
Well,
go
I
back
mean,
and
okay,
redo
to
it.
be fair, they completely changed how Sonic looked, and people were
Yeah,
like,
because
why
people complained. What is
why
this?
the-
Why does he have a
yeah.
buck teeth?
yeah,
Right?
like this is weird, man. And so the internet did their thing, and they got that changed somehow, which was kind of amazing. And I think, I mean, clearly they saw that and was like, let's not change anything about him, guys. Let's
Chris,
just make him more
clearly Sheldon's a hater.
detailed
Don't worry about it.
and go from there.
I mean, they have it's the same director and writer that did the animated, and they even have the dad, Gerard Butler. It's
Gerard
the same-
Butler is playing
coming
him.
back. He's
Yeah,
playing the dad. He was the voice of the dad. He's playing the
Yeah.
dad. So they're trying to do it as much. But my whole point again is, like I said, this scene is literally shot for shot. Are they going to do that? Is that the whole film shot for shot? Is it, is there any kind of different take on it?
I mean,
I don't know. Are people
do
going to
you,
be
do you
mad?
want it to be different?
I want to
They
see a
might-
different.
They might change a
I-
few things here and there.
I'm trying to remember. I did see the Lion King live action, if they want to call it. I mean, what was the live action in the Lion King? The grass blowing, because everything was animated.
Yeah, I know.
But I don't know. I don't think they changed much in that story either.
No, they
So-
didn't.
Well,
I don't
if you're gonna talk about changes, the Lion King prequel, they're changing the story, and people are already mad about that.
Mhm.
Right.
They're making Mufasa an adopted son in the pack.
Hmm.
That's gonna go over well. So
Yep.
yeah. Anyways, so I'm excited. I know you guys are not excited. Maybe I'll just go watch it by myself.
When is
Like,
this coming out? Next year? I
yes.
don't even know. Yes.
So
Sorry.
there's the actress. Yeah, it's. I don't want to sound like pointing at somebody and saying that they're not deserving of this role. I mean, they probably earned it. But
What if she was just the best person?
Yeah, I'm not too bent out of shape about it. I just feel like it has to go both ways, in my opinion. Right. So that's all to it that I
Yeah.
have. But I mean, the set looks cool.
I never say anything. Yeah, I don't know. I never say anything until I see it. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Reserve judgment, right?
Let's
So,
see.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, maybe the musical score will, get you excited, Sheldon. Should we send Sheldon on assignment? Let's send Sheldon on assignment by himself.
Oh God.
But you
I
can
don't
catch Carolina has done the article here. You can check out all the information if you need to on our website at astonishing.news. Go check it out. Every week we will drop in some news here. So, all right. Do you want to get into our major topic? I do have some tidbits to talk about. If you can
Go for it.
indulge me a couple minutes.
Oh, sorry. Actually, I had one question. If they're
Yeah,
doing
go ahead.
this, and it does well,
Uh-oh.
do you think they're going to do Shrek right after that?
Oh, donkey.
Bring back Michael Myers as a live action Shrek,
Oh, no. Let's not do
Eddie
that.
Murphy as a live action donkey.
Donkey.
That I would see. That I would see.
He's just in a suit. Just his
Cameron
head popped-
Diaz as the princess.
She's out of retirement now. She just came out of retirement, so you never know. I would like to see how they pull that off. But
I want to see the gingerbread man in a thong. Oh, he's got a thong.
Well, see, that's just it. Like I said before, Disney doesn't have the sort of backlog that DreamWorks doesn't have the Disney sort of backlog to do all these live action. So other than these two that we just mentioned, I don't know what else they would do.
I think after 5 years from now, I would like to see a Shrek. Why not? Enough time has passed, right? 5 years from now?
Like other animated films they've got are The Croods, Monsters vs. Aliens, Rise of the Guardians, Megamind.
Oh, Megamind would be cool.
What about Disney doing Invincible? Sorry, Invincible. What's that family superpowers?
The Incredibles.
Incredible.
The Incredibles, man. The Incredibles so good.
They should do a live action of that one day. Bring Samuel Jackson back in tights.
But that's Pixar.
Super suit.
Yeah.
Woman.
I don't know if they'll ever do that. That's Pixar. I mean, I know Disney owns Pixar, but But
I've got some breaking news 3 hours ago.
Okay. All right.
You guys remember Austin Butler?
Yes.
He did Elvis. He was Elvis.
Yes.
So he will star in a new movie called it's a travel thriller. Blah blah blah. Say that twice. The Barrier, directed by Edward Berger, Berger. It's described as, and I'm excited for this because I love both movies. Interstellar meets Top Gun.
Okay.
So space combat, maybe?
So X-Wings versus TIE fighters?
Maybe a solo pilot in space?
So
the Star Wars movie we always wanted is coming soon.
Spaceballs?
Yeah. I mean, hey, I like the pizza guy. So
Pizza the Hut?
Oh, yeah. The best. I was always craving for Domino's or Pizza the Hut.
The way the dude just peeled pepperoni off him and just freaking ate.
So good. I was like, why can't this be life? But anyways, I am a big fan of Austin Butler. I think he did a great job in Elvis, and he also had the World War TV show on Apple. I can't remember what it was called, but I like that a lot as well.
Well, he was just in the last Dune as well. He was great in Dune.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the villains. He was great. So he's a good actor for sure.
Yeah, so he is going to do this movie. Interstellar meets Top Gun. It's called The Barrier. No date is set yet. They haven't even started filming. It was just announced a couple hours ago. So
this is what I think it's going to be. And it's going to be just dogfighting in space and stuff.
I think it's a survival thing, probably.
Watch Disney do a Star Wars version of that.
Yeah, I hope not. I mean, they got so much other things, but this might be a survival thing where he's just a guy lost on a squadron or something and is wandering through universe or space or something. So, we'll see. It's an interesting thing. I wanted to bring that up. I've got one more that you guys should be very excited about is Ryan Reynolds teases a film, potentially a Christmas-related project, as Deadpool.
Milk it.
I think he released an Instagram or a social media post of him dressed up as Deadpool, but there's snow around him, and it's actually edited with snowflakes on the screen.
Well, they did a Guardians of the Galaxy one, right? They did a Christmas special with them.
They did a Deadpool Christmas too.
Did they?
Yeah, he was sitting in the hospital talking to that guy who did the Wonder Years.
Oh, Fred Savage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
It was more of a short than an actual episode, but
yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy did a full-on movie with
that was great
with actual Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
And that's where they also revealed that Mantis and were brother and sister.
Yeah, that was a good holiday special. But also on that note, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman and Sean Levy, who are actually developing something else, not a Deadpool. Different.
Can it be a Western movie, the two of them together?
Oh yeah, that's what I brought
would be
up last
awesome.
Time.
Can you imagine they did a Western gunslinging movie together?
Yeah,
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are doing. They're writing something that's not a Deadpool movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the same director, Sean Levy.
Yeah.
The three of them are doing something else together because they had so much fun. Have you watched on Disney? You can watch the making of Deadpool and
Oh,
Wolverine.
hey.
It's like one of those, they have the Assembled. It's called. It's a
Yeah.
series
Oh, yeah,
of
yeah.
the
Okay,
making
yeah.
of. It's pretty good. It's pretty funny. And Hugh Jackman's like, this is the best set I've ever been on. It's like,
I said Western. Would you guys want a specific genre them to be in?
You know what we haven't had in a long time is a good medieval movie,
it's true.
or even like a comedic one.
We've got House of Dragons.
No, that's not.
But that's not a
high,
movie.
That's high fantasy. I'm talking medieval, man. Like, what's the last comedic one I watched? Oh, The Black Knight with Martin Lawrence.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time, but that was a great.
That was like more than 15 years ago.
Yeah, dude.
That's the last thing you watched. With comedy.
In terms of medieval, not high fantasy, but medieval, yes.
That was such a bad movie. I can't believe you
I love that movie. The movie was dope.
That was horrible. I remember watching it at VHS, I think. Oh my god, yes.
I
mean, why not?
actually with those three together, actually, I could care less what it is. I'd probably go.
It'll be
see it.
magic, right? It'll be magic.
Yeah.
It's yeah. But I mean, hey,
You think anything outside Deadpool and Wolverine with those two would be good?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're too talented not to make it anything good. It won't be like Oscar award level, but it'll still be decent.
Okay.
Right? I think it'd be like a 7.5 or an 8, something like that. Yeah.
Well, he did the guy Sean Levy. He did Free Guy remember the with Ryan Reynolds a couple summers ago, the video game one. Where he's
Yes.
the character. That was good. I like that one a lot.
Pete Docter, the head of Pixar, said they have no interest in doing a live action remake of their own movie until they find out.
Is that really up to them?
No. They always say this until there's money to be made.
Yeah.
Then the vaults open up.
How would you do a live action Toy Story?
I mean, how do you do a
Lion
King?
Toys?
How do you do a Lion King? Right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Anything can be done. Yes. Guy Ritchie's King Arthur in 2017. Yes.
There's a King Arthur in 2017.
Speaking of medieval, I'm actually listening to an audiobook, The Knight of the Seven Kingdom by the gentleman who did Game of Thrones. It actually takes place in that timeline almost. You hear references of some of these.
Oh, George R. R. Martin.
Oh man, I'm 1 hour in. It's a 10-hour audio, and I'm 1 hour in, and I am loving it. It is a true underdog story. That's all I'm going to say. And
So that's going to be the next HBO series, is what you're saying.
They already are filming it. There's a trailer.
Yeah,
there's a trailer for it. They announced it during the HBO special or something. They dropped a little bit of a teaser. It's going to be opposite of House of Dragons. So House of Dragon will end, and then this will start.
Is it about the Lannisters or something?
I can't tell you. I cannot give away secrets. But there's mentions of Lannisters, Targaryens. There are mentions of many. And I'm just like, oh, I know that name. Oh, I know that. I'm like, oh man, this is so awesome. I can't wait to watch it or listen to it more. I was trying to do work and I was like listening to it. I'm like, oh, I want to pay attention to the audio instead. But it's on sale for like $13 or something.
Wow.
On Amazon's audiobook, if you want to check it out. I mean, I like someone reading it to me instead of me reading it in my book because I like pass out after one page because my eyes are so tired. But yes, I've veered off too much. That is some of the news from there. The new Sonic 3 trailer is releasing on Monday. Anybody interested in that?
I haven't even watched any of them.
Me neither.
Honest. Yeah. I feel I know it's leaving Netflix soon. The first one is, so I'm probably gonna watch that before it does. I know I have a couple friends that are really hyped for it, and they're gonna go watch it day one.
I know people are happy that Jim Carrey is back.
Yes.
I know
Jimbo. Yes, he is back.
Yeah, apparently this is his last movie too, he says, but I feel like if they do, I feel like if it is a kid-friendly thing where kids can enjoy, he'll do it. I think he's done with the whole like serious movies and the comedic that turns into serious movies. I think he just wants to do things that are meant more for kids that'll bring joy to kids now, even though he says this is his last movie. Because he said that in Sonic 2, I think, as well, that Sonic 2 was going to be his last one. But he's back for a third, so clearly he likes it. And he likes doing it for the kids.
All right, I got one more here. The first look from Vanity Fair. Take a guess what this is.
BioShock.
No.
No, I have no idea.
Frankenstein.
Yes, you saw this picture. That's why, didn't you?
No, I didn't. It just
Oh,
looks like
it's a cadaver on the table to give it away. Yes, it is Frankenstein movie. This
Another
looks
one.
awesome. I mean, I'm not a fan of it, like in the genre, but it looks good.
Haven't they
Is this
done multiple Frankensteins now? The last one was with that dude who played Two-Face and the...
They'll keep pumping it. So starring Oscar Isaac.
Oh.
Yeah, as Dr. Frankenstein.
another franchise he can be in.
And Jacob Elordi, I'm not familiar who this is, as Frankenstein's monster. Releasing on Netflix in 2025. So this looks cool. I mean, all the people that are fans of it will love it.
They were trying to do a whole like monster verse there a few years ago that kind of fell apart, but I don't know if this is anything
it's
like
supposed to start with that Dracula movie, I think, and then it never just took off from there.
No, they dropped it was the Mummy with Tom Cruise, which totally
died
off.
You know, if these studios had any brains, they would all combine and do one of their own each. Like we had Disney do Werewolf by Night, right? These guys are doing Frankenstein. Paramount could do like Dracula, and then you do a big movie together, and you make billions.
I don't think they would.
I know they won't.
No.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I don't think they'd make billions, man. There's no way they'd collaborate.
Come on. Come on, you throw the right actors in there, you never know. Do some cameos.
But that MonsterVerse, they had all big actors. They had not only Tom Cruise, they had
the story was bad.
Russell,
well, that's because Tom Cruise had a lot of input into it, wasn't it? Like they said that he wanted everything done his way, or he wouldn't do it, and it ended up being bad because they did it his way. It became more like a Mission Impossible movie than a freaking horror mummy movie.
Right.
Does it take place before or after Robert's Rebellion? I cannot confirm or deny that. I'm not ruining for anybody.
He just confirmed it.
Yes.
I'm not confirming or denying it. You're going to have to listen or read the book. The book's, I think, on sale for like $14. So grab a book. Educate yourself. So this is cool. I think a lot of people might be happy. There's a lot of dead pieces of body all over the place. Ugh, it's pretty gruesome if you look at it.
So it's going to be pretty gory.
Yeah, it looks gruesome, right? Yeah. Really gruesome. I'm not into that. So, yeah, off you go. That is the big news from Hollywood. Shall we get into our topic of the night?
Let's do it.
All right. What is our topic of the night, gentlemen?
It is Millhouse. The voice actress. Do you have Pamela Hayden is retiring after 35 years. But this has got to be all the voices on Simpsons have been there this long, right? Like
they getting up there, man. I think this is stuff to come soon, you know, because they've been wanting to end Simpsons, I think, for a while now. And I don't think they know how to do it, but with them losing voice actors and actresses,
I think what these guys need to do is quickly sign these guys up for AI. I think get their rights, tell them, listen, can we use your voice for AI going forward? That's the only way to keep the show going for another 20 years.
They'd have to offer a butt ton of money, man.
Well, they could just have it residually to their, their families,
to their estate.
Yeah.
Like to be honest with you, if I was her and you've been doing this for 35 years, like she's not going off to do something else. Like this is it for her. So why not keep making money off it?
You're not doing any work. You're just signing off your rights. That's it.
Yeah. But again, like, there's been, I was looking up what characters have left Simpsons. And obviously there was that whole Apu thing, right?
I'm still mad about that.
I'm mad about that too. I think that was dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. But she had a different. She wasn't just Millhouse, right? She did a bunch of different of the.
She did Jimbo, the nerd that punches Millhouse. So that's pretty interesting.
She did the
Rod,
Flanders's
yeah,
boys.
Rod,
Yeah,
the kid, one of the kids, Rod,
yeah, yeah.
and
And then scroll down on the site just so we could see the
Oh, sorry.
because yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at that list.
Oh damn, that was more than I thought. Holy
Woo!
crud, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that is a lot of.
Oh my god,
characters
Martin
gone.
too?
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
We can't lose. You can't. Well, here I don't know. I don't watch The Simpsons anymore, but like, just watching them since it started, like Millhouse and Martin are like
And
They're
great
best buds.
characters. Yeah,
They're best
Damn.
buds.
yeah.
It's like me and D.
Did they say why she was retiring, or is it just she just it's
I think
time
she's up
for
there in
her?
age. It's time for her to go.
Yeah. Okay.
She's probably in her 60s.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, she's
But,
made enough money. She's not dying for cash, right?
That's
She's not
fair.
gonna do any car salesman TV shows or commercials or anything like that anytime soon. So,
But it's true. Like, what if others like the guy who did Apu, Hank Azaria, who does Mo,
He does a lot of their voices.
comic book. Anyways, if they start losing these people, they either have to do what you're saying, Elvin, somehow do AI to, or are they going to try to find other people that are going to have similar voices, or do they just like what, we just have to stop the show?
I'm not ready for the show to go away. I'm not ready. I will go into depression if the show goes away because I love.
Do you still watch it?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I watch it with my kids. The great family values in there. So, no, I watch it. I actually have my youngest son that is collecting the new Simpsons figures. We just got Mo, Krusty, and Lisa in the collection.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we got
Nice.
we got Groundskeeper Willie, Lube Me Up Woman, or Oil Me Up Woman, and then we got Homer, Bart. We got the Hulk. You remember the toxic Homer? When he had the
Oh
toxic
yeah,
skin?
yeah.
Got that. So yeah, he's got a pretty good collection going on.
Nice. I haven't
So
watched
it's
Simpsons
still-
in a minute. It's been a while,
Yeah,
man.
me too. The first 5-6 seasons I watched religiously, but then it kind of dropped off for me. You know what they need to make? Another Simpsons movie. I love that movie.
Yeah, I think if they did another Simpsons movie, it might get me back into the Simpsons again. Because I don't think I watched it. I think I was like the last time I watched
Do
it.
yourself
I
a
was
favor,
18,
just turn on
man.
the last season. It was fun.
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
moments. Good moments. Yeah.
It's still the longest running TV show.
Oh yeah.
36 seasons.
There's nothing that's
Wow.
gonna beat it. Nothing will beat it.
I thought
1989.
Doctor Who was was up there.
No, Doctor Who's different cast though, right? So and they changed the Doctor, so it doesn't
Yeah.
really count as a continuation though.
I guess, but it's still
The same thing
Doctor.
like James Bond, right? I mean, it's a movie. It's
Yeah, I
been
don't
around
see it
for-
on the list here.
Yeah.
On Wikipedia, it's got The Simpsons, and then Law and Order is number 2.
Wow.
yeah, that's up there too.
Family Guy, 23
Yeah,
seasons.
Yeah,
And
that almost went
NCIS.
bankrupt after 2 seasons.
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
Yes, it did.
yeah.
So then it's got like NCIS,
Yeah,
Gunsmoke, Grey's Anatomy. That's been going on for a long time. Yeah, but no, I don't see.
I just saw a commercial for them. Like, is it still on?
Yeah,
I did look forward to like the Treehouse of Horrors, but I think there was like a season where it just wasn't good, and I was like, oh, never
That's my
mind.
least favorite of all the episodes. Can you guess why? I
'Cause they're
never
not
liked
canon.
a lot of them. I liked some of them, but not all of them. It was weird. some
do
of
they
them.
still? So if you're still watching it, Elvin, do they still have celebrities? Because they used to have celebrities on.
Yeah,
all
they
the
just
They
had
do.
they just had John Cena on.
Oh, really?
I saw a YouTube
That was really
short
cool.
of that.
Yeah.
Didn't he like help a lady give birth or something?
Yeah.
That's
That's a
what it
comic
was.
book guy's girlfriend.
Yeah, comic book guy retired. He was like, I don't need this anymore. I have the best collectible of all first edition.
Yeah,
blah blah
I
blah.
know.
I was like, oh, that's
They're,
a sad short.
they're slowly removing these characters, and it's sad. It really is.
I knew that Apu was gone. I didn't know that the teacher Edna Krabappel, she's off too. Did she? Something happened to her?
They removed that character.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then Flanders' wife dies.
That was a while
Yeah.
ago too.
Yeah. I think if Mr. Burns leaves
They can't kill him.
and Krusty leaves, I think that's the death of this show.
No, they can't kill Mr. Burns. He's
Obviously,
immortal.
Homer and Bart is a big attraction, but I'm saying like you get rid of some of these other big A-listers. Oh man, Good luck.
Dude, Burns is immortal. You know that, right? That one episode where they tested him, he had
Yeah.
like every disease possible, and he wasn't dead.
How are you alive, sir?
It's like, so what you're telling me is I'm invincible.
Oh man, and the always the hint of Smithers, right? Mr.
Ah,
Burns,
yes.
Mr. Burns.
Happy birthday,
So
Mr. Smithers.
could do you think they could get away? So this is like she's done as of like this season, right? So next season, if they just stopped having Millhouse, Martin, I don't know. Would people complain? Would people not notice? Would people just?
I think people will notice. I mean, look at the characters she voiced. That's a lot of
It's a
characters.
lot.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot
Millhouse is-
of storylines.
Millhouse is going to be a big one. I hope they don't like do a thing where they move him away, because that'd be sad for Bart, or like kill him off. Just make him not
I
hang
think
out.
killing
as
off
much
is going to
anymore.
be pretty like difficult and on a lot of people to
You can't kill a kid.
yeah. I was trying to get the words out.
No.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty
Moving away would be the
dramatic.
because his parents were divorced, right? That was a whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Hey,
that would
Bart.
be
Oh,
the
she
only-
also voiced Ned's kid. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Oh, wow.
Rod.
Rod and Todd.
Rod and Todd.
It's so good, man. I can't believe you guys don't watch this. For cheap laughs, to turn it on an episode, you'll get a good chuckle. It's good. It's good. Good chuckle.
So,
Okay.
Elvin, you want Simpsons to go on for another 20 years?
Oh,
You want it
easy.
to never stop.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
Hmm.
I understand. People are like, hey, let it just go away. But if they could continue pumping out storylines, then just let them be. Keep doing it. Why? Why stop it? What do we got in replacing it? What? Right? So I think
Many have
animations
tried,
are-
right?
Yeah, they've tried.
They are cartoon characters, and they are as old as I am. Bart's what, 39 now? Yeah. They old
And
as
that's
hell.
the beauty part about it, right?
They'll never
and-
grow up.
And not to mention all the predictions they've had about things coming to fruition.
True. That's true.
The Simpsons are time travelers, guys.
The writers are.
Yes.
And that's what makes it so much fun. And people still drop in like little clips here and there every time, right? So, I mean, you just mentioned it. John Cena, you knew about him without even watching the episode.
That's true. Yeah, they popped up on a YouTube short when I was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
doom scrolling, man.
So good.
So I have to be honest with you guys. I knew that Bart Simpson's voice was a woman. I did
Yeah.
not know that Millhouse. I did
Oh,
not
really?
know-
Okay.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
not know this. at all.
Fun fact: the female that voices Bart's voice, she was actually in a show before that called Herman's Head.
I remember that.
Yeah, she was the
Remember that
female in
show.
Herman's Head. Yeah.
Hmm.
Sheldon, you have no idea what I'm talking about, huh?
No, no.
Oh, Chris, we're old.
Beyond my time. Old timers.
Oh man.
That was actually a radio show, so that was before TV. We had to listen to the
Oh.
radio.
Damn,
He's
Ellen, you
not.
that
He's
old.
lying.
Damn, Ellen, you that old, bro?
He's lying. He's lying. We actually had to play on the cassette.
We had to crank. We had to crank the back of the radio to
No, a
get it going.
cassette is more futuristic than the old radio.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
The 8-track.
Yo, you're about to lose half your audience, bro.
Or gain half of them.
Are they talking about 8 tracks?
Yeah, we're in. It's the cool kids now with records and vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's that, but it is what it is. She's given us 35 years of her time, her voice. Sorry, so all the best to her.
So she's the first official like big name character to retire, then, eh?
Aside from Apu,
Well, Apu got they I don't even want to get into it, but
Yeah, because he's still doing other voices. He's
yeah,
just not
like
doing
the
it
voice
anymore.
actor still, yeah, exactly.
oh, I
doing-
see what you're saying. The
Yeah.
actual person. Okay, yeah.
So that's kind of big. I wonder if this is going to start a trend with them slowly, and we're going to lose another big one, like maybe Ned Flanders.
Yeah.
Oh man, don't say that. That's gonna hurt.
Well, no, I think
Stupid,
what if
sexy
they
Flanders.
Diddly diddly do.
what if they lose like one of the family, right?
Oh, that's it. Then
Ooh.
it's over. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, how do you? Oh, Lisa goes off to university and she's still like 8,
Right?
So
Yeah.
that's at the end. Like Marge right now, her voice, whoever I can't remember who it is, but her voice, you can notice the old age now.
Hmm.
Like she sounds like her her mother now instead of
Ooh.
March Bouvier.
And
Right?
is Grandpa Simpson still around?
Yeah,
Yes. Yep.
yeah,
Wow, that's hilarious.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Mo, right? Barney.
I just don't think they know how to end it. I don't think
But
they
why
have.
end it? They're making money. Why end it? That's
I
still
mean, if
one
the
of the
voice actors don't agree to having their voice AI cloned, that would be
No,
the
but-
reason.
But no,
But in terms
the whole thing is like if she's retiring, what's stopping writers, animators, whoever's working on this? Like who's been? I know you can bring new people in, but you know,
it's
it's
money.
just
It's easy money. Some of these guys are doing like 8 characters, like her, so they're getting
Yeah.
paid well, right?
yeah.
So
Well, I mean, what's his name who started it? He's still there, right? Matt
Matt
Groening?
Groening, yeah.
well, I mean, it's not like you have to do physical work or anything like that. You just go and voice, right, and write stories that you've been, there's so many great characters in this show that you could go pluck one and make a whole story about it, like comic book I just mentioned, right? He's
Mhm.
one of what 300 characters that you can make a story in one episode.
Yeah, I didn't know comic book guy was married or that he
No,
was having a
they're-
kid.
Well, hey, you got to watch the show, right? So, but they could just create a whole story in one episode, right?
Yeah.
They don't have to continue that story in the next episode. That character just gets shelved until they need it again, and then rinse repeat with everybody else, right? And that's the beauty part of this because the show started with Bart as Bartman, right? Because Bart was the center of attention, right?
But do you remember actually how it started?
Yeah, it was a late night TV
Tracy-
shows. Yeah,
It was no, it was a different show on Fox. There was a show called the Tracy Ullman was like a sketch comedy, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
had little in between was like little shorts of animation, and that was
Yeah.
The Simpsons.
and then at 8:30 p.m. they used to play it as well. I remember it was a nighttime show, and then it started getting traction, and then people were just like, "Oh, we better make this." Fox like, "Okay, let's make this into a regular programming." Right, took off because the drawings were horrible for the first season.
I remember
I was like,
yeah.
"Who's this?"
They did an episode where they actually met each other, the new age animation and the old age animation.
That was a special.
I remember
they
that.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's this episode where Homer gets sucked into the real world, right?
Yeah, that was in the Treehouse of Horrors.
Yeah.
That was Treehouse of Horrors. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Millhouse. You'll be forever missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
The punching bag. Lisa's love. Or maybe the other way around.
Millhouse loves Lisa.
Yeah.
It's carved on a tree. Anything else for today's episode? No?
No,
Be sure to check
I
out
think
all of
that's-
our other shows, right?
Yeah.
Sunday nights at 8 p.m. we'll be doing a review of Silo, which is on Apple TV. Season 2 just dropped. Go check that out. It is a great show. If you've watched season 1, go check out episode 1 and 2. We'll be talking about both episodes on Sunday. Sheldon has a lot of homework to do, so he's going to be away for a while in his bunker in his basement with a cup of noodles and some coffee. And Chris, if you're welcome, if you can, come and join us. I know you're a big fan of that show. But we also have a Monday show, which is on 8 p.m. Pacific time with my friend D. We talk all things collectible. Come join us. If you're watching us for the first time, hey, come on in. Hit the subscribe button. Hang out with us. Give your thoughts. We love hearing from people. Today's episode, we had a lot of people give their comments, and it's fun because it's good to, traverse into some of these comments that they talk about because it's fun and we love doing it. Do you have anything else to add, gentlemen, before we sign off for tonight?
No, just the fact that Sheldon and I are going to go see Gladiator 2 next week,
Yes.
and we'll do an out of theater review Wednesday night.
Mhm.
Awesome. Yes.
Probably
So
post it on Thursday.
is that when it drops for the first time, Gladiator?
What comes out this weekend?
Oh, okay. So you guys are gonna watch it, and is it spoiler free or?
No, yeah, we'll do
We can do spoiler free. Yeah.
We'll
All
just do a quick, just our
There you-
impressions of Gladiator.
There you go. If you happen to check them out, give them a like, thumbs up, throw a comment in there. Are they right or are they wrong about their opinions of the movie? There might be a mysterious person with the initials EK. Maybe leave a comment in there. Who knows? Anyways,
Hate that.
Make sure you block that guy.
Ugh.
I wish that guy would retire.
No, don't you say that. No. That's like a punch of Nelson's punch in the gut for me if you do that. No. Anyways, rest in peace to Millhouse and happy retirement to Pamela. All right. We are out of here.